Get your Miami Heat back in action tonight. They are taking on the San Antonio Spurs. We have that game, of course, for you here on the ticket. 8:30 tip-off from the AT&T Center. That place is a hellhole. You guys will be able to hear that game here tonight. 7:15 is when our coverage gets going. Jonathan Zaslow, Thomas Teig. They will get you started on the coverage. And you have that listen tonight. A big night of action here in the NBA. As we'll be keeping posted. Got to go take out the Spurs. Never an easy place to win. Hate that team. But I do like the fact that there's always a little bit of a revenge factor with Bam versus Greg Popovich. Remember, Leroy, it was last year where I shook Greg Popovich out of his shoes. What? Why did I take a Plumlee over him? He wasn't the same player. Yeah, old man. That's when you knew he was headed for Tapioca Town.
I got to tell you. You are going to be a terrible old person. You are just going to be so bad.
Why would you say that?
Because I picture you as an old man, not really knowing how to be old. And so you're just going to pull from all these old people that you have come in contact with in your youth. So 75-year-old Tobin will mention Greg Popovich at some point, right? Like you just random talking to your grandkids. He say, I ain't going to be up in here like Popovich. He took a Plumlee over Bam. Like what? What?
I'll never forget.
Never forget. And or how about that LeBron? You're just giving hot takes. Nobody knows who the people you're talking about. We hear it now on the radio. We hear it.
It's just going to be me who just is an old curmudgeon.
Yeah, we hear it. Mad Dog.
How about Havlicek?
Right. Yeah. That's going to be you.
How about Havlicek?
By the way, Tobin, we have the sound of you cross-examining Mr. Greg Popovich.
Oh, let me hear him.
Coach Bam recently said that when he didn't make Team USA, you told him that he wasn't ready. What did you think that he had to improve upon, and what have you made of his season?
He's actually, from what I can, he's a different player now than he was when we had all the tryouts. I think that in general, when I said, he wasn't quite ready, I think he didn't show what he could really do. And I think that was just maybe a product of, the guys that he was around.
Yeah, whatever. I took a Plumlee.
So that's gonna be
shook him
when he retires. You're gonna say, "Oh, I took a Plumlee Popovich."
Yeah, I'm not gonna think of the 5 rings. I'm not gonna think about the legendary dynasty, or I'm not gonna think about Tim Duncan, any of that stuff. I'm gonna think about I took a Plumlee, bro.
Seventh place in the FIBA World Cup.
Trevor said, "I want old man Tobin as my neighbor, hands down." No, you don't. I'm gonna tell you right now. Old Tobin is nosy. He's looking into your backyard. He's all up in your business. He telling you how to cut your grass and keep your grass nice. He is the reason why they have those insurance commercials.
That's not true.
That is you. That is you. You go into the store. Somebody's trying to buy something, and you tell them, "No, come over here to aisle 3. This is what you need to do. What you trying to do? Yeah. You don't need that, and that's you. That's you."
Jay Fig, you sent us a text during the break. What is this thing that Dwayne Wade is posting on his Instagram? What does he got going on?
I couldn't tell if it was a movie or a game show. The way they got him sitting there.
I've seen it before.
Blue suit.
It's a game show. I just haven't been able to hear it because I've been listening to you guys.
Oh, it's like a video?
I saw the preview.
Yeah, I was trying to
look at the preview. Yeah, they just in a big plastic cube answering questions and stuff.
D-Wade is so Dwayne Wade's right now he's a TNT analyst. He has a piece of the Jazz, and he's running a game show.
Well, you know what? He's not the only one. They did this, and then they do it with Blake Griffin also.
LeBron had a game show too.
They did that. Like it's not Blake a show that's gonna.
Well, I think he shoots it all. Like he's already shot it, I think is the way.
Right,
it works.
right. Now, what I did learn about these game shows is, right, they do 2-3 a day.
Right. Yeah, that's what he did. I think he like went and shot the whole season already. But
Right. But it's not a, it's not going to be a permanent thing. It's like they did the same thing with Blake Griffin. He had a show that was limited, like it did 5 or 6 shows, if that.
Right. Did you see Aaron Rodgers on Jeopardy? Do you see like he wants to keep doing it?
He is the perfect guy for that because he has like a dry sense of humor.
Yeah.
He's really smart. The only time he ever got just looked at him like it were crazy, they actually put a question on there about him.
Yeah, I saw that with the Packers.
And then he's like,
he goes, Green Bay Packers.
or a Final Jeopardy, like when one of the guy didn't know the answers, like who should have kicked that field goal, and then
so he has the perfect, if I would say, game show wit. Right now, I will say this: his personality doesn't come across like it probably would in football. Right? He's still look like a little drier doing that show, but because we know Aaron Rodgers, we know that's just how he is. But yeah, man, he seems like a perfect guy for it, and as as time would go on, he would get better at it, like just more personable because he's probably a wisecracker.
Yeah,
what I mean?
I like.
He's
Dwayne.
Always wisecracking.
Yeah,
so
I like Dwayne on the TNT show. That TNT show is funny. You know, it's actually funny though. Watching that show with Dwayne, it's kind of like they've got like Inside the NBA light because they still have Shaq, but Dwayne's more of the Kenny, and actually Candace Parker is the she's the Chuck. Like she and Shaq go at it all the time. It's hilarious.
Yeah. Right. Well, Shaq goes at it with
rings?
everybody. Shaq, it doesn't matter who's up there. Shaq is gonna go at he's gonna deem who he thinks is like the person he can get at, and he's gonna go after them.
Yeah, pretty sure she has rings. I don't think Shaq can go at him like he could with Charles Barkley about him having no
That's
rings.
it. When Shaq get his feelings hurt, oh, well, Kenny, how many rings do you have? Chuck. Every time we start talking basketball, you gotta bring up rings. Like,
oh man,
they won't ever, like, no
She's got
matter,
two.
I know what the conversation is that'll get Shaq hot, right? If somebody would ever say to Shaq, just imagine how many rings you would have won if you was in shape your whole career. That he would walk off the set.
Texter writes in, Tobin, you heard that the Heat are concerned about Tyler Herro's personal life, and it's links a story to Yahoo. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday. And that's the funny thing with this story is now it's gone to a, the headlines just keep moving on this because it was first they were concerned about him being too much of a celebrity. Now they're concerned about his personal life, which is, kind of how things snowball where you play like this telephone game of headlines left and right. I don't think the Heat are concerned about his personal life. They think that I think the idea was that he was getting too much too soon was the real idea behind it. Like the idea that the Heat are concerned. Why? Because he has an Instagram model for a girlfriend. I mean, that seems wild. Do you know how many good looking people have been around Heat players? Like you're in Miami. Now all of a sudden the Heat are concerned with who the hell it is. Have they seen who sits courtside? Have you seen what looks in the Big Three era? Leroy, did you see what was courtside during the Big Three era? Have you seen what a packed house at the American Airlines Arena looks like? And we're concerned that Tyler Herro has committed to a set of cheeks? Are you effing kidding me? This is the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Hey, Wade wasn't distracted.
Yeah. No, he wasn't. Well, maybe he was, but he was coming through just fine. It's so silly.
Yeah.
It's like we like this crew that walks into Miami, into the American Airlines Arena, soon to be the Crypto Dome. The amount of cheeks that come through that door, and you're telling me that they're concerned because Tyler Herro has dabbled or has a girlfriend who is really good looking because she has a lot of followers on Instagram?
here's what you need to understand is that everybody wants a reason as to why. And it could just be he's not as consistent as a veteran because he's 20.
Yeah.
That's it. It's his second year. One of the things that probably got him away from it was that, or made you believe that he was better than he was that the way things were timed up last year, he was able to play with fresh legs for a whole year.
Let me ask you something. Do you think that it would be, be honest, if you have a girlfriend, let's say he's been with this woman now for a year, right? I don't care how wonderful the cheeks are. By the end of it, when you're with somebody for a year, you're spending like probably 75% of your time eating Chinese food and watching Netflix. Like, do you imagine if he didn't have a girlfriend, how famous this kid is? What he would be doing? He would be out. He would be all right, it's baby goat night here at Live. Here comes Tyler Herro. And there's going to be flares and fireworks. And here comes Tyler Herro on a throne. He's going to be wearing goat horns as he comes out. Bah! And here tonight at Bayside. Yeah, that's right, Bayside. Coming out with his 37 points in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's Tyler Herro night at Bongos. Like, you're lucky that the clubs aren't open for Tyler Herro. We're like, to be honest with you, if I'm honest, you're lucky that it's not real Miami right now, and Tyler Herro didn't come off of that season.
He got like amateur hour Miami.
Get the hell out of here! Oh, we're concerned about Tyler Herro's celebrity status.
He got the Miami that the way it looks right before a hurricane comes.
He's got baby goat, baby Miami right now. He doesn't have true Miami. He's got like Miami with a batting donut on it right now.
Cinco de Mayo Miami.
Oh.
Come on. New Year's Eve, Miami.
Canes fans, stop blaming the woman. He's stinky all by himself. Correct. What are we doing here? I mean, with the things we obsess with like, oh man, did you see what Katia Elise Henry put on her Instagram? I don't care.
I got to tell you, the woman might be the thing that's helping him get through these terrible times.
Right.
I mean, why are you kidding? At least I could go home to my smoking hot girl. I had a bad night. Hold me.
It's just like, I find it so silly and dumb.
Look, here's the problem. The reality of the situation we don't want to deal with. So we have to have alternate plans. You do this.
What?
About the smoke screen and all that.
Did I
The fact of the matter is his second year. Most NBA players have like spots early on in their career where you can see they're going to be really good, but they haven't put it all together. And then they hit to where they become the professionals. They know what to expect. And then they kind of hit that stride. Now, I will say this. Dunks might get to it a little bit sooner because he's older. He's been through more in his basketball career with all he had to go through to get here than Tyler. And it seems as if, though, he's coming out of that slump a little bit sooner.
Leroy.
Just because he's older.
He's got his own Chipotle bowl. Too much too soon. Too much too soon. Too much too soon. Are you kidding me? I want Kendrick Nunn to have the blooming onion at the arena.
Oh, time out. What are you doing, J Fig? You don't put stuff like that up there. I did not admit to be in Little Spoon.
I think you did.
You blamed me for Robbie and his Q&As, so I had to.
Huh. That's what.
Guy goes, Duncan's been a little spotty too. I blame his podcast. Duncan has been shooting. I think he's like shooting 50% from three.
If I'm correct,
yeah.
If I am correct, early on in the year when everybody said Dunk sucked, let's trade him. Let's get something for him. I said, great shooters, it always seems to average out. Did I not? Did I not say that?
He would never have a podcast.
Did I not say that?
You did say that.
And where is he now?
He's like at 40%. He's over, but I think he's fourth in the league in makes per game.
Okay. So by the end of the year, he's going to be right around what his average is. Right? And then what? It happens all the time. That's what shooting is. That's what hitting is. When you fail a majority of the time, you're going to hit a hot stretch where you're way above average, and it's going to average out. It happens every year. But no, we can't look at it like that. He's a bum. Let's get rid of him. Relax.